Now, a former DIG testifying before the Presidential Commission yesterday said that some VIPs who were informed of the April 21st attacks prior to the tragedy had told their security personnel to avoid revealing that they had been informed of the attacks.
Former DIG of the Police Special Security Range, Dushan Priyalal, testifying before the Presidential Commission probing the April 21st attack, said he was informed about an impending terrorist attack on the 10th of April 2019. The Ministerial Security Division, Judicial Security Division, Diplomatic Security Division and the Security Divisions of former Presidents Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga and Mahinda Rajapaksa had fallen under his purview. Accordingly, the former DIG said he had passed on the information to these security divisions that had been handling the security of 268 VIPs. However, the witness told the Commission that not all VIPs had been informed of the impending attack and that following the carnage, the VIPs who were aware of the attack had informed their security personnel to avoid divulging that they had been informed regarding the
ඔබතුමාට අද ප්‍රායෝගිකව කියන මේ පාස්සු ප්‍රහාරය දවසක මගෙන් කටවහන්න වෙන විදිහක් කියලා විතරයි මේ පාස්සු ප්‍රහාරය කරේ මුම්මයි මේක මට කරගවන්නේ මම ඔය ඇත්ත කියන නිසා ඒ සංඛ්‍යාලේ
I am telling you fearlessly that I can only be silenced regarding the April 21st attacks by a gun to my throat. They are the ones behind the attacks. They are turning this on me because I am speaking the truth with facts and statistics. Maithripala Sirisena's name is at the top of the first page of the statistics in the intelligence report. Who is named second? Mahinda Rajapaksa. Don't you remember Vimal Weerawansa saying Mahinda Rajapaksa got a letter too? You saw how the media buried the fact and highlighted me because I spoke the truth. All I said was what my father, who was in a sick bed, told me. My sister is behind me. She was the one who called and told me after the bombs went off that day. I have gone everywhere to give evidence. I've gone to the CID 8 times. My sister was summoned as well. They have taken 3 of my mobile phones. Are we murderers? Don't you think I'm saddened by what happened that day? I tried to speak the truth. My sister spoke to me the day, and then Neomal Pereira, the MP from Puttlam, who also schooled at St. Joseph's College, spoke to me at about 8:40 p.m. and asked me if I knew that bombs have gone off in Colombo. I was in Badulla. I was organizing an Aurudu festival with the band that was to be held on the 20th and 21st of April. They are saying I was the one who spoke to my dad. What blatant lies. They ruined my image to bury something else. They turned me into a joke and hurled a lot of hate and ridicule my way. They still make social media memes asking whether I go anywhere without seeking my dad's permission. I ask, how can my dad know better than you? I know better than you. Later I figured out that my dad got to know about this from a CID officer who came to visit him in the hospital because he had an inquiry with the CID regarding a vehicle issue. In the end, I was the scapegoat. What I did was when Ranil Wickramasinghe held a media briefing and told me to tell the truth, I went with the report my dad received and told everything. I will answer it in 2 days. I told them this bombing was planned back then. When I was leaving the premises, a journalist asked me if the police were aware of the revelations I made. That's when I said, how can the police not know when my father, who was in his sickbed, knew about this? They turned this on me, saying I knew about it and never told anyone. I swear by you, and I'm telling you, only 42% of this is true. Sajith Premadasa was supposed to get 52% of the votes. Gotabaya Rajapaksa was supposed to get 50%. If Gotabaya Rajapaksa secured votes from his camp, he would have gotten 47%. So in such an instance, if neither of the candidates has secured 50% of the total votes, they must go for the second preference. Sajith Premadasa was the clear winner with 300,000 votes when it came to the second preference. The bomb was planned to prevent this from happening. I will state this fearlessly. Now Vimal Weerawansa is saying Zaharan was aiming to plant these bombs at temples and not churches. Now you can see for yourselves that the cat is slowly jumping out of the bag. So if there is anything to take away from this, that is to look at this clearly, not because I am saying so, but to think for yourselves once again. They disrupted the Catholic and Muslim voter base with this. That's what added up to that 5% winning margin. This is where they started their political deceit. All people want to do is live. So, when you instill fear into people's lives, make it seem that the bombs might go off, they can change governments easily. That's what happened here.
ඔය කියන කතාව
We have been responding to this allegation from the day it was made. We have been doing it for a long time. If you look at the real situation, my police officer, he was informed via a letter, but the officer did not inform any of the VIPs. Now Mahinda Rajapaksa, as the opposition leader at the time, his security head may have been informed. That doesn't mean he has gone and informed opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksa of the matter. Personally, even though my security officer received the letter, he did not inform me. Everyone was relaxed. In any case, that is not how you inform of an impending attack of that nature anyway. You have to bring in all the heads of the VIP security to one place and very clearly elaborate on this matter. At least that is how they did it under previous governments when it came to these kinds of matters. That isn't our fault. Those who handled the VIP security at the time must be held responsible. They should bring them down, speak to them, explain the situation, and they should let the security know to inform the VIP. Did they do that? It is because they just sent a letter to absolve themselves of the responsibility of necessary communications.
පේරෙන ලිපියක් යැවීමෙන් නිසා තමයි